Hey guys, today's video I just wanted to talk a little bit about how to find true love and acceptance for yourself and how to actually find happiness from the inside out. So as I shared in my previous videos, I was constantly, literally up until 28 years old, I was looking for validation, I was looking for love and acceptance and belonging in all of the places and in all of the people that actually couldn't give it to me, because I was looking for something to feel, pretty much to fill me up, and it's almost like I was trying to fill up a car that operates on petrol, and I was trying to put diesel in. Like, it was just never going to work. And don't get me wrong, I tried for years to fill this spot in me that was actually unconscious. And I even went through so many different programs and retreats where I'm like, every time I definitely got closer and closer to a truer version of myself. And that also meant that I was able to start to tap in closer to loving myself and accepting myself more and more as time went along. And now at the ripe old age of 29, the real work has actually begun from my first spiritual awakening, which occurred after I went to a cosmic consciousness conference in January 2018. And it was where I met my now partner, Tim, and the twin flame concept that we believe that we are, and that we've been navigating and learning a lot about. It started me on that journey, and I guess this video I wanted to just talk about what I did to bring in self-love and self-acceptance. And I actually wasn't ready to meet Tim. I wasn't ready to meet the person that I was meant to be with until I could find more love and more acceptance inside within me. And if I had have kept going the way that I was, by trying to find that outside of myself, I truly believe that my experiences would have gotten worse and worse, and the trauma that I experienced in the past relationship things would have gone next level. So I'm grateful for the awakening and the messages that I took from that, and the actions that I took. So I mentioned in the previous video that I checked myself into a mental health hospital for 3 weeks. And leading up, like prior to that, from 2012, I was doing retreats and self-development workshops. And I believe all of those things played a huge part in who I am today and what I'm able to now share. I feel I have so many different tools on my tool belt from everything that I've learned and everything that I've tried and tested. And I'm grateful for those experiences. So when I was in the hospital, I added more tools to my belt, and I truly believe that one of the biggest things was mindfulness and meditation. And I incorporated that and committed to making that part of my daily routine. It literally started out just by doing 5 minutes every single morning. I'd wake up 5 minutes earlier, I would do my meditation and then go to work. And then it started to factor into 5 minutes in the middle of the day and then 5 minutes at night. And all of this was just over time. It didn't happen straight away. And eventually, I was getting up really early to go into the gym, working as a personal trainer. So it started working out better for me that as I was increasing my time of meditation from 5 minutes to 10 minutes to 15 minutes to 20 minutes, that it didn't actually work for me in the mornings anymore, and it was working better for me to come home after my morning clients, and before or after lunch I would do my meditation. And over the months it worked up to now I can meditate, and I prefer meditating for anything above 20 minutes, and the longest I've meditated for is 60 minutes. On average, I would say now that I would do 40 minutes a day, and that's been over a year of progression through that. But now I look back and I think, I don't even know how I coped or survived without the meditation. It's such a vital tool for me now, and I really believe that it's medication in some way. It's a natural medication for me. It's slowed me down. It's allowed me to rationalize and control and manage my emotions better, instead of like suppress them all and then explode. So meditation has been a huge key for me as well in getting to know myself, because in meditation we actually, like, I close my eyes, I lie down most of the time, close my eyes, and I go in and I focus on my breath. And there's so many different versions of meditation that I try, and it depends how I'm feeling on the day, but just bringing myself back. In the beginning, it was bringing myself back to my breath, which brought myself into me and took away all of the external stimuli that was going on. I wasn't seeing anything else. I wasn't hearing anything else. I was purely just reflecting it and going inside me, which is something that I hadn't done ever. And then I started to get awareness on things. I was started to recognize that, you know, if I had stomach pains or stomach tension, or I noticed like a little niggle in my shoulder or my neck, like I would actually become aware of that through the meditation. And then I started to realize that it was my body trying to tell me something. Before that, either A, I wasn't aware that pain or that discomfort was even there. I would just somehow not be aware that I wasn't aware of my body. I wasn't in my body, I was in my head, anxiously in my head, running around chasing thoughts all day. No wonder I was tired and stressed. So meditation gives me a chance to come back into my body, into my human experience, and feel into that and breathe and to respond and be aware of whatever my body is trying to communicate to me. So with that, I don't struggle with anxiety since, I would say, over the last 6 months. So it's been nearly a year and a half. It's been a year and like 3-4 months of meditation every single day. And in the last 6 months, I don't have a problem with anxiety. And the one time that I started feeling a little bit anxious, when I was going to run a presentation for a big company, I started feeling these like anxious feelings again. And I was like, I haven't felt this for so long. And it was a motivating anxiety. It wasn't crippling like it had been in the past. But I don't experience anxiety anymore. I do go up and down with my emotions. That's part of us being human. But I learn to manage it now. And I'm not perfect. And there's times where like I get overwhelmed by the emotion and I feel like I don't know what's going on. But so quickly I'm brought back into myself because of regular practice of mindfulness and meditation. And, you know, we can be mindful in every single moment of the day if we choose. It doesn't happen automatically. It's a practice, just like going to the gym and getting stronger on your biceps. It's like we need to practice mindfulness and meditation regularly to get better at it. And the common thing I used to say is like, I can't meditate. Like my mind, I can't switch my mind off. But that's not the goal of meditation. That's not the goal of mindfulness. It's about just coming into yourself and giving yourself, like we have so much stimuli that goes into our minds, from our eyes, from what we see, all of our different senses all day long. So it's about just switching those off and at least just shutting some of that stimuli down and giving our computer system time to rest. Like if you were to leave your computer on 24 hours a day and not give it any rest, I'm pretty sure it would burn out real quick. We operate in a similar way. So meditation for me gives my mind a break, it gives my body a break, and it allows me to access my intuition better, to connect with myself. So meditation and mindfulness is a huge part of my survival kit now. And it's something that I would highly, highly recommend for you to start practicing. I feel as though it started as somewhat of a fad, like a lot of things do, where it's like the next best thing and then it sort of seems to phase out. But it's just like exercise used to be for me, but in a healthy way. Like exercise, I think I used to use as a form of punishment, and I don't use it as a form of punishment anymore. I've rewired that program, and occasionally it will come back up with the thought process, but I'm able to, through mindfulness and meditation, and the practice of that to control those thoughts better and to change them. So I challenge you, or I give you this as an opportunity to just start with 5 minutes of meditation a day. And mindfulness, like I was going on before and I got sidetracked, you can do it anytime. It's not about designating special time for mindfulness. That's the difference with mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness is where you're just being mindful. You're paying particular attention to what you're doing. So if you're brushing your teeth, you can practice mindfully brushing your teeth. You feel the bristles on your teeth. You taste the toothpaste. You smell what's going on. You're not brushing your teeth thinking about what you got to do for the rest of the day. So that's mindfulness, whereas meditation is actually sitting down and designating time to practice being mindful. So start today, and I promise you, you won't regret it. It's the best thing that I ever did.